Day one, first thing that we're gonna do is a hip flexor stretch. What we're gonna do is get half kneeling position, knees underneath the heel, knees underneath the hip. Try not to go like this, try not to be like this. The body is gonna have the same angle as the front shin. And we're gonna try to feel that back hip stretch here. So it's a hip flexor stretch. So you're getting a hip flexor, back hip flexor. Lean forward, you feel a stretch right here. You can hold on to the knee. Okay, 3 inhales, 3 exhales each side. You're gonna take an inhale, exhale, stretch into it. Next one is gonna be hip rotator. So hands and knees, step one leg back, front knee, you're gonna swivel in, and you're gonna rock on your exhale to the outside. Inhale back in, exhale to the outside. You're gonna switch sides. Again, big inhale, 360. Exhale, you're gonna feel that in the posterior hip. After that, your adductors. Start with your knees apart. And then you should feel a good stretch in both adductors before you start. And then you're gonna abduct one leg, rock back, point that back toe, exhale on your rock back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Again, 3 inhales, 3 exhales. If you got extra time, you can do 5 inhales, 5 exhales. Next one is gonna be V stance, T-spine rotation. So if you can't touch the ground with both your hands in a wide stance position, about 4 feet apart, then put your hands on blocks. All right, otherwise, you're going to have your hands on the ground, one hand on your rib. You're gonna look up at the ceiling. Inhale, exhale. Continue to rotate on your exhale. Try to stay where you are on your inhale. Same thing, other side. Again, 3 inhales, 3 exhales there. Take your time. I'm trying to speed through it. So it's about a 4-second inhale, 7-second exhale. Next, we're going into our activation. So we're done with the stretching, mobility aspect. This is more motor control. So once you get a band, you'll perform the leg lower. Basically, you're doing a hamstring stretch to start, trying to get that knee straight. Opposite leg is gonna be floating off the ground, flat back. So try not to arch the back, and head is flat on the ground. From here, you're gonna pull those elbows down toward the ground. We're gonna inhale on the way up, and then exhale on the way down. If you want to make it harder, or another way you can do it is doing it without unassisted. So this would be a progression.
Do you have the arch in your back, or is it flat to the floor?
It's flat.
Okay.
Inhale. Long exhale. Don't let those hips separate. Keep them in, and don't let those knees, the foot go out. So you'll see people bring their leg out when they do it. So keep that leg in. Okay. So that's your assisted leg lower. That's for hamstring. Then you're gonna do standing ankle mobility. You're gonna find a wall, and you're going to put your knee about 5 inches away from the wall, your toe about 5 inches away from the wall, and then you're gonna put all the weight on the front leg, and you're gonna lean that knee over the toe. You might have to back up. You're gonna really push into the wall to take the pressure off the knee. I should feel it all in the back of that calf. So I'm putting all the pressure on that front ankle, knee over the midfoot, and you'll feel an exhale, or you'll feel a stretch in that calf or soleus. So again, pushing in all your weight on that front leg, knee goes over the front foot, okay? Next one is the hip lift. So you go to your back, going to bend both knees. This is your first thing you want to be able to do, is do this. And if you feel the hamstrings, then you're probably not doing it right. So you think, squeeze the glutes, toes up on your exhale, inhale down. And then we want to pull one leg in. And then we're going to push down on that leg. Actually, we're going to pull it as we squeeze that opposite leg. There's also a version where you can push down, which is a little bit harder. Okay, and you'll do 3 reps on one leg on each side after you do 3 reps with 2 legs. Okay, so let's get the glutes going. Now the band series, so you have this band at your house. So what you'll do is you'll put it around your legs. Probably want to start seated to put it on, right below the knees. You want the hips back, and you want your knees out. Okay, to start, get in that ready position. So almost like just bending the knees, hips go back. That's a ready position. Then from here, bring one knee in, keep this knee out. Working on that glute med. And then you'll do 5 to 10 reps on each side, and then both knees in, both knees out. Another thing you do is find a line, put the arch of your foot in, keep resistance, look straight ahead, go side to side, maybe 6 steps each side, and then you can add in a squat if you want there as well. Bear crawl, so now we're going to the dynamic warm up. So now we're getting the body moving a little bit more, and we're using a little bit more muscle. So bear crawl, you start on your hands and knees. And what you do is start with all 6 points of contact on the ground, and you kind of do the same thing, just like that, but you're doing it with your knees off the ground. Okay?
Yep.
So you're gonna move forward, hands over the shoulder, hands underneath the shoulders. If this is too much with the knees off the ground, just do it with your knees on the ground. So this would be a regression, okay? But baseline, we wanna be able to bring the knees up about 1 inch. My knee almost goes to my wrist. And you're thinking about a sneaky bear. And then if you can do a progression where you go backwards. Okay? And if you want to make it harder, put a cone on your back and let the cone fall off, or a yoga block. So that's your bear crawl. You go down 10 yards, back 10 yards. Or 2. After the bear crawl, you go knee to chest, not chest to knee. So pull the knee to the chest, exhale, bottom foot, toe points. Try not to go like this, try to keep your chest up. Okay? You go about 10 yards down, or about 5 on each side. Next, heel to butt. So you reach for the heel, and then you can do a forward lean, step, heel, forward lean, step, heel, forward lean, 4 to 5 on each side. Next, skip. Start with a march if you can't skip, and then skip in place, and then skip. Okay, if that's too much on your knees, just do the march for 10 yards, okay, or 10 seconds. Next, shuffle. We want to be able to get real low, like you're traveling underneath someone's arms. You're gonna go side, keep your feet forward. You can go side to side, get real low. 10 yards down, 10 yards back. Karaoke, it's a step forward, step behind. 10 yards down, 10 yards back. If that's too much, just go back to the shuffle. After that, back pedal. So find some space and just go back about 5 to 10 yards. Same thing, 5 to 10 yards, okay? After that, now you're ready for your power. You wanna get a med ball, wide feet, go for 10 slams. If you don't have a med ball,
how heavy is that?
That's only 6 pounds. If you don't have a med ball, you can get a kettlebell and do a kettle swing, okay? If you don't have either of those, or if you want looking for another option, I would just do squat. So just a squat, and then if you want to progress this, jump squat.
Okay.
And you're only going for 5 reps of the jump squat, 5 reps of the squat, 10 of the slam. So you're either gonna do a jump squat, or you're gonna pair that up with, for you, I'll just do a push-up hold. You're gonna pair your power up with a push-up. You're gonna hold 10 seconds, tuck the chin in, so don't let the chin go like that. You're gonna hold like you're standing up.
Like a plank.
Push-up, plank, hold. And you're gonna hold that for 10 seconds, or 15, or 20 as you progress. And then you'll go through the jump squat, plank, hold, take a minute break, jump squat, plank, hold, take a minute break. You do 2 to 3 sets, probably 2 sets on your first day, and then on your next day you do it maybe 3 sets or 2 sets, and then 3, then 3. So now we're onto your workout. So now you're going to your actual workout. So you're gonna do a weighted squat. Take that dumbbell, touch, and come up.
Okay.
Okay, so that's exercise number 1. You'll go for 6 reps. Next, you'll do a lift, pull, look at the dumbbell, reach overhead. And we don't want this knee, we don't want this foot in or all the way out, right behind the knee. Foot is right below the knee in front of the hip. So, pull, reach. Pull, reach. And then you'll switch side. You'll do 6 on each side. Pull, reach.
Okay.
Pull, reach. Next one is a bear plank. So after the squat and after the lift, you'll perform a bear plank shoulder tap. So you get in the hands and knees position. Knees will come off the ground. Hold. And then you touch one shoulder at a time. And you're going to go for a 4 on each side. You're going to try not to move the hips. So don't let the hips rotate.
Okay.
So that's end of set 1.
Okay.
You're going to do a push-up. You can use a box or a bench. So what you'll do is do a hands elevated push-up like this. We don't want our arms, elbows out like this. And we don't want them too in. We want them making like an arrow. Okay?
Okay.
You go for 6 of those. Then you're gonna find 6 inches or a couple books, like some books, and you'll perform a 1-leg hip lift. You get real close to the 6 books for the 6 inches. Pull that knee in, toe up, and down. Chin down. Each side, and you'll perform that 5 times on each side. Each week you can go up 1 rep for each exercise. Next will be a plank circuit. You go to side plank first. Front, top hip lift, and the side plank series. So top leg goes across and in front. Push both legs into the ground. You feel it in your core close to the ground. Hand on the hip, chin in line, making like a straight body. Hold 3 inhales, 3 exhales. Then you'll go to the front. 3 inhales, 3 exhales. And then you go to the other side. 3 inhales, 3 exhales. For the first week, 3 inhales. Next week, 4 inhales. Next week, 5 inhales. Following week, 6 inhales. So the third set, the last set, is going to start with a dumbbell row. So you have a 10. If you have a 10 or whatever you have, you want to find a bench or something about 16 inches high. And then you want to make a flat back, wide feet. And then we're going to pull the dumbbell into the ribs, elbow behind the body, slow descent. Exhale on the way up. So flat back, wide feet, 1 arm row each side. Go for 6 reps each side. Next is your single leg deadlift with your 5 or 8 pound dumbbell. What you're gonna do is stand next to something that's about 6 inches in the air. Okay? We actually want to touch in front of us. So what we're gonna do is try to touch in front of that left foot with our right dumbbell, right hand. And we're gonna go back, exhale. Make sure this back foot doesn't open up. So point that toe down. All you're using is hamstring and glute, and then standing back up. So that's the one dumbbell, single leg deadlift. And the last exercise is a single leg sit up. You can hold on to a small ball, your Pilates ball. And we're gonna keep the heels down. We're gonna reach up, slowly come down. Slowly come down. There's your straight leg sit up. And you're only gonna do 6 of those, and slow on the way down, okay? Now, for your conditioning. So for conditioning, what you wanna do is burn 5 calories as quick as you can, then rest until you get 120 beats per minute or less, or rest until the end of the minute that you completed your 5 calories in. You'll complete that 3 to 4 times on your first day, and then 4 to 5 times on your second day, and then 5 to 6 times on your third day, and then 8 times on your 4th day or your 4th week on day 1. All right.